I welcome you all back to today's lesson. So we continue from where we ended, and today we are not going to have any lesson, but we are going to go through all the exercises that have been given so that we gain more information. So this is a correction section where we get to revise all the exercise that I was giving so that we all get to move on the same base. So those people that we are making simple mistakes, those people that understood everything, I always tell you that never reach a point where you think you know everything. So let's all revise through these questions and all the exercise that I was giving. So we are going to revise through everything. Let's make sure that we understand them clearly. So if you got anything wrong here, it's better you put what I've written correction section where you revise through all the questions that I gave you. You have these in your book, so let's make sure that we put them down in our books, not on a paper. I always tell you that you are not supposed to write on a paper. This is the future that you are building, so make sure you write everything in your book for reference purposes. It's very easy to lose a paper. So the first question that we are going to revise through was saying, given that this is the first question, given that m is equal to x 2 4 8. This is the question we had, and I always tell you, don't share these videos. If I've made a video that needs to be shared, I always tell you, but for this one, don't share it to your friend or to anyone that you know. This is for you people that are under my teaching. So given that m is equal to that, the first question, find x if m is a singular matrix. So if m is a singular matrix, this was the first question. How can you answer this question? How can we go about this question? So the matrix which you are given, this is the matrix which you are given. Let's answer it. You are given this matrix. The matrix is like this: x 2 4 8, like this. What are you told? You are told to find x if this matrix is a singular matrix. A singular matrix is a matrix which has the determinant 0. So the determinant of a singular matrix is what? Is 0. As long as it is a singular matrix, its determinant is 0. So you know that this is the what? This is the major diagonal, and this is the minor diagonal. So this is what you are going to do. In the major diagonal, we've got x. This is what you say, x. Let me use another marker. So this is what you get to do. You say x times 8 minus what? Minus 2 times 4, which is equal to 0. The determinant which was given, the determinant is what? The determinant is 0, because it is a singular matrix. So the determinant is 0. You say x times 8, it is 8x, minus 2 times 4, it is 8, which is equal to what? Equal to 0. This has now become an equation, just a matter of solving this equation. So you solve this equation where you say 8x is equal to, this is 0. When this one comes this side, the sign will change. So to become positive, we are going to have 0 plus 8. Then 0 plus 8, we know that it is 8. So when a number crosses the equal to sign, the sign gets to change. You say over 8 over 8. This cancelled. You say x, therefore x is equal to 8 divided by 8. It is 1. So x is equal to what? X is equal to 1. That is the answer. So we've answered the first part. these are the procedures that you need to do. So we've answered the first question. Make sure you write down all the workings. So we've answered the first part. X is equal to 1. So according to this question, we know that what is our answer? Our answer is X is equal to 1. You need to show all your working in your exam. Then we move to B, the next question I was saying. So after you find the value of X, the question was hence find m to the power negative 1 if X is equal to 2. This is how the question is. So you are taught to find the value, the inverse. I told you that whenever you see m to the power negative 1, they are just talking about the inverse. So you are taught to find the inverse of that. What is the matrix M? Matrix M is equal to like this. Here we are having what? We are having X. Are we supposed to put X there? No, we are told that X is equal to what? X is equal to 2. So you are going to put your 2 there. And you put your 2 there. Then you are having 8 there. And a 4 there and 8 there. Like this. This is a new matrix that we formed. So are you going to use the same inverse or the same determinant which was there? No. The question is different now. Here we found X to be 1. Here we are told that where there is X, we put what? Where there is X, we put 2. Different question. So you don't take it as if you are dealing with a singular matrix. No. They have changed something here. Where they have said that X is 2 now. Where there is X, put 2. So if you put 2 there, you can try to find the determinant of this. You discover that it won't give you a 0. So you first find the determinant. So let's find the determinant. What's the determinant of this matrix? You say determinant. I'm going to write it here. The determinant. What's the determinant? Determinant is equal to what? You multiply major diagonal. This is the major diagonal. That's the major diagonal. So 2 times 8 minus minor diagonal 2 times 4. We do that. So those are the calculations we are doing. This is 16 minus 8. 16 minus 8 is what? It's 8. That is your determinant. We found the determinant. The determinant is what? The determinant is 8. So you move here. What's the formula? Formula is M inverse is equal to 1 over determinant. You do this. The matrix is 2, 2, 4, 8, like this. After you do this, then you say that now your final answer is M inverse is equal to 1 over. What is your determinant? Determinant is 8, so I'm going to put my 8 there. I do this. What happens to the major diagonal? Positions will change. 8 goes on top, 2 comes down. What happens to the minor diagonal signs? This is a positive, it becomes a negative. That's a positive, becomes a negative like this. So this is the answer. This is the inverse. This is how we needed to answer that question. So this is how you were supposed to answer the question. So what I could like to encourage you all is that even as we are answering questions, we need to be sensitive. If you are not sensitive enough, there are certain questions that you won't do better or you won't do very well. So let's make sure that we understand those questions, we get the full concept, we know how to go about it, we know, okay, on this, I need to work out this. On this question, I'm told this. So according to this question, you are given the other value. If the question was just find the inverse. So for a singular matrix, you cannot find a singular matrix has no inverse. Why? Because the determinant is 0. So if the determinant is 0, then that matrix has no inverse. You cannot find the inverse for a matrix that has a 0 as its determinant. You cannot find the inverse for that particular matrix. I want you to get all these that I'm doing. You understand them clearly. So let's move to the other question. We move to question 2. We move to question 2. So this was question 1. This was question 1. So I'm just picking them randomly, but dealing with all the questions that I gave previously. So from the 2 previous lessons that we've covered, all the exercise that I was giving, I'm answering them now in this video. So this was saying, given that h is equal to 1, 8 x minus 2 negative 1. This was the other question, like this. You are given that. The first question, find the value of x if determinant. So I'm doing this for determinant. This is determinant, det, determinant. If the determinant is equal to 4, this is how the question was. You find that. That's the first question. If determinant is equal to what? If determinant is equal to 4. So how can you go about this question? How can you answer it? How can you answer this particular question? So I want you to pay attention to how I'm solving these. These are questions you are going to find even in your exams. So you're going to find these questions in your exams. Make sure you understand them now. You get the full understanding that you need to get on each and every question. So I want you to get this, and I want you to understand all these questions. You are told to find we want to find the value of x if the determinant of that particular matrix is 4. So you know that this is the major diagonal. You multiply major diagonal. In the major diagonal, we've got 1 times negative 1. You do this. Minus. Since these are 2 like this, so 8 you put it outside. Then you say x minus 2. You do that, which is equal to the determinant which you're given. What's the determinant? The determinant is 4. This is how we need to do it. And these are the procedures that you need to follow. After you do this, you start multiplying. What is 1 times negative 1? That's negative 1. Minus negative 8 times x, negative 8x. Negative times negative, that's positive. 2 times 8, 16. So you get a 16 there. So plus 16, which is equal to 4. You do that. After you do that, this one has now become an equation. It's just a matter of grouping the like terms. So what is, all these numbers will go there. We are just going to mean with negative 8x. So negative 8x is equal to, we've got a 4 which is there. This is positive. When it goes aside, it's negative 16. This is what? This is negative. When it goes this side, that is a positive. So you say positive 1. Hope I've done the correct thing. I've grouped like terms together. Have you seen? 4 here. This is positive. When it goes aside, it becomes negative. So constant numbers are supposed to be put this side on your right hand side. Then on your left, you are supposed to have these variables, that is having a variable if it's x or y, like this. Then you say this is negative 8x is equal to, what is your answer here? What answer are you going to get? This is paper 2 mathematics. These questions come in paper 2 where you are allowed to use a calculator. So what value are you going to get there? You get negative 11. That's negative 11, the answer you are going to get. From there now, you divide by negative 8. You divide by negative 8 so that these two can cancel out. even the negative are cancelled. Then you've got your x, which is equal to negative cancelled to remain with 11 over 8, like this. You've answered the question. X is equal to what? X is equal to 11 over 8. That's the value of x. So these are the procedures you are supposed to do. This is what you need to get and understand. So I want you people to get this. I want you to understand everything that I'm illustrating with you. These are simple things, and I believe you can answer them. So x is equal to 11 over 8. That's the value of x. We've answered. All the procedures I've done, these are the same procedures you are supposed to do. So need to make sure that you do this, you understand everything that we are doing here. Make sure that you get the concept. Okay, so let's move to the other part. Hope you've written. So according to the first question, we've answered the first question. Answer, what's the answer? Our answer is what? X is equal to 11 over 8. That's the value of x. The next question was telling us to find, hence, find h to the power negative 1. Just the same as inverse. You are told to find the inverse of h. How can you go about that? How can you answer such a question? So this is what we are going to do. So everything that I'm going to do here, that's how you are supposed to answer it. So you write your matrix first. First thing, write the matrix which you are given. The matrix you are given is h is equal to, h is equal to what? 1, 8. You've got x minus 2. Are you going to write your x minus 2 here? No. You already know the value of x, which is 11 over 8, which is there. Then here you've got negative 1. So you say matrix H is equal to 1, 8, negative 1. Let's find the value which is there. So that is 11 over 8 minus 2 over 1. We evaluate that, so we just have one answer. Common denominator there, it's 8. 8 into 8, it's 1. 1 times 11, it's 11 minus 1 into 8, it is 8. 8 times 2, it is 16, which is equal to. Here, when you subtract, what answer you getting? You're getting negative 5. Over what? Over 8. That's the answer that you are getting. So this is your answer. Have you seen the way we've answered? This is what you're going to put there. So for some of you that we are writing other answers, these are the answers that you are supposed to do. Some of you were able to follow. I was able to see that you are following. You are just making simple mistakes, and I was able to see the answers you were making like this. This is now the matrix, which is what? The matrix that we have now. So that's the matrix I'm going to use now to find the inverse. So how am I going to find the inverse? I will say I know that H inverse is equal to 1 over determinant of a matrix. Which matrix? This is the matrix which is here. We've got 1, 8, negative 5 over 8, negative 1. And some of you have just remembered one mistake that we were making. The other mistake we were making on this one, just leave your answer as a fraction. Don't try to temper or change anything. Just leave it as a fraction. Some of you were punching on your calculator, found 1 point what. Just leave it like this. So anything I'm not doing, you are not supposed to do it. I want you to be seeing questions in my angle, or the angle at which I get to see questions. So the way I'm doing them like this, I'm not putting them to decimal point. This is not to say it is wrong. No, I just want you to be used to this way of answering questions. If you get used to this, you discover that it will be very easy for you to answer even other questions without changing to decimal points. From here, we write our final answer. So H inverse is equal to 1 over, what was the determinant? We were given that the determinant was what? 4. First question. Determinant was what? Determinant was 4. So that's the determinant. Determinant is 4. Then I do this. So I now find the answer. So what's the answer? So I know that what happens there, signs will positions will change. The -1 goes on top. The 1 comes here. So positions are going to swap. What happens here, signs? This is a positive, it becomes a negative. That is a negative, it becomes a positive. 5 over 8, like that. So like this, you've answered. This is your question. So this is your answer. This is how you're supposed to answer that question. These are the procedures that we needed to do. This is what we were supposed to answer and put into consideration. So these are a few questions that I gave you that you need to answer, that you need to practice. So let's now go back to other questions. Those other questions that I gave you at first, we had certain questions that I gave you at first, certain questions that I gave you at first. The question, so I'll say question 3. I'm going to just name it as question 3. So I'm going to say find determinant. Want to find determinant of the following. Find determinant of the following. Find determinant of the following. So how can you find the determinant of these things which are here? How can we find the determinant? How can we find the determinant? So we've got the first matrix. B is equal to 4, 4, 4, 2. How can you find the determinant of that matrix? You know that the determinant of this matrix, determinant, it is the determinant of what? Determinant of B is equal to, you say major diagonal. What are you having in the major diagonal? In the major diagonal, this is your major diagonal. So you multiply what is in the major diagonal. 4 times 2 minus is part of the formula. It's just there on the formula. You do this. Minor diagonal, you've got 4 times 4, like this. Where you say this is equal to what? 8 minus 16. Your answer will be what? -8. That is your determinant. That's how you need to find the determinant, as simple as that. Have you seen the way I've answered this? This is how you are supposed to do. This is how you need to find the determinant. So the determinant of this matrix is what? -8. Move to the other one. Let's move to the other one is K is equal to -1, 0, 0, -1. How can you find the determinant of this? You say determinant of K is equal to, determinant of K is equal to what? Major diagonal, of got -1 times -1 minus 0 times 0. This is equal to -1 times -1, 1 minus 0. Finally, you've got your determinant. Determinant of K is equal to what? Is equal to 1. 1 minus 0 is 1. So this is your answer. That's how you find the determinant of that. Let's move to the other one. We move to the other part. We move to the other part. The other part is D is equal to, this is 4, this is -1, this is -1, this is -1, like this. How can you find the determinant of that one? In which way can you find the determinant of that? You say determinant of D is equal to major diagonal, we've got 4 times -1 minus minor diagonal, we've got -1 times -1. We do this. So determinant of D is equal to, determinant of D is equal to what? -4 minus -1 times -1, it is 1. So -4 minus 1, what's the answer? The answer is -5. So that's your answer. That's the answer. So determinant of D is -5. These are the procedures that we needed to do. So this is how we get to find the determinant of these matrices. We move to the other question. I'll say question 4. So we are just revising through everything that we covered, all the exercises that I was giving. So I'll name this as question 4. So find x in the following. Find x in the following. You find x in the following. So find x in the following if determinant is 12 in each matrix. In each matrix. So if the determinant is 12 in each matrix, you are told to find x. The first matrix is A is equal to x, 2x, 8, 1. How can you find x? If the determinant is 12 in these matrices, the determinant is what? The determinant is 12. So what are you going to do? Say determinant A, you know that. So you want to use this. This is a long cut. Major diagonal. What's the major diagonal? 1 times x minus 2x times 8, which is equal to what's the determinant? What determinant are you given? The determinant which you are given is 12. So the determinant there is 12. From there now, what you need to do, 1 times x, it is x, minus 2x times 8, that's 16x, which is equal to 12, like this. Here, there is no need of saying this 16 should go that side, no. So this is the same as 1x. Have you seen? But we don't write 1x. So it's just the same as 1 minus 16. What's the answer? -15. So just say -15x. We don't show the 1 there. We cannot write 1x. It is just x, which is equal to 12. From there, what's the next thing? You divide both sides by -15. By -15. That cancelled. X is equal to negative, just goes on top, -12 over 15. That's the value of what? The value of x. You've answered just like that. So this is what you are supposed to do. These are the procedures that you need to put into consideration. We now move to the other question. Same question where the determinant is 12. We've got this one. B is equal to what? 4x -1 -1. How can we go about this? We find the value of x. If the determinant is 12, so these matrices, the determinant is 12. This is what? Major diagonal. 4 times -1 minus x times -1 equal to 12. Value is what? The value is 12. So like that, you multiply. What is 4 times -1? It's -4 minus Here you get what? Negative x, which is equal to 12. This is what you're going to have. So you cannot tell me it's negative 1x. I've just told you that we don't write 1x. Just say x or negative x. The negative and the negative will add. Negative 4 plus x is equal to 12. After you do this, you group the like terms. So x is equal to 12. This is x. This one, the 4, will go to the other side of the equation. So when it crosses the equal to sign, it's changing to plus because it was negative plus. Therefore, x is equal to 16. This is the answer. So these are the answers that we needed to answer. And this is how we were supposed to work out all the exercise that I was given. So this is where we are going to end from. And like I've been saying, this is a private video. Only a person that I've sent the link to is supposed to view this video. So don't make a mistake of forwarding this to a friend in the name of the also Ren. No. As long as the permission is not from me, you are not supposed to share this video to anyone. This video is to differentiate between those that are paying, which are under my teachings, and those that are just watching some videos that I get to upload on YouTube. There must be a difference. That's why these are unlisted videos. You cannot access it. You can search for it on YouTube. As long as I've not forwarded the link to you, you cannot view it. So let's safeguard these videos. Let's protect them. Thank you so much.